Hey friends, Gary here. Welcome to today's quick vlog. I'm currently in a coffee shop here in Copenhagen, but I want to share today's adventure very quickly in today's video. So yeah, we went to some places today. Let me read the names of the places that we went today because they are difficult to pronounce. First of all, we went to Nyhavn, which is kind of the main attraction here in Copenhagen. We saw those beautiful, colorful buildings with the canals and the boats, and it was just so beautiful, perfect weather. We captured some photos right there. And then after that, we went to Kastellet, which is like the fortification area of Copenhagen, but it was so green. There are lots of plants and also some interesting buildings right there. Then after that, we went to Frederik's church. That was also really nice and beautiful. It was really serene, and the interior of the church is actually amazing. We captured some pictures there. And last but not least, we went to Amalienborg Palace. So yeah, lots of different kinds of attractions that we went today, and I just want to share a little bit of my experience doing photography in these places. So yeah, let me share some photos from those places. And as I'm talking about these places, let me talk also about the challenges, what I love from these locations. First of all, Nyhavn, it was pretty straightforward, colorful buildings, and also the ship, the boats, and also people walking around, and the canals. That was just so nice. Lots of dynamics and also beautiful blue sky weather with little bits of clouds. I really love the ambience there. I also took some portraits of my wife, and we also took some selfies together, and that's where my ultra wide angle lens really worked nicely in that place. And then on the Kastellet, I didn't really have any specific kind of pictures in mind. It was kind of difficult to capture specific photos right there because it's not really a place with beautiful scenery, that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a beautiful place, lots of greeneries, lots of walking area, and also little river, things like that. But I was just trying to capture some interesting structures like windmills and also some buildings, canals, stuff like that. And then Frederik's church, I captured some of the interior shots. I think it was really nice. Using the wide angle lens with the large aperture really helps. And then on Amalienborg Palace, I don't really capture that much picture as well, but I captured this nice horse statue right in the middle of the courtyard. That was kind of nice. So yeah, some of the pictures that you've seen today. Challenges are trying to come up with a story with each of these pictures. That's always difficult, trying to keep the travel photographs interesting, not just beautiful but also meaningful. They need to have some information. They need to be able to explain what's happening during today's little adventure. That's always a challenge. And then also the crowd, people moving by, stuff like that, that kind of hinders the travel photography experience a little bit. But we're thankful that we're here very early today, so we were able to quote unquote beat the crowd and just get into these locations as soon as possible. And other than that, I really enjoy the vibe of Copenhagen and all of these attractions. I think they are really nice. And yeah, even though I don't think today's pictures as keepers, some of them I think are keepers, but most of them are just snapshots. But I still really enjoy just walking around, exploring, sightseeing. It's so nice, the weather is so nice, and yeah, I just like the experience today, and hopefully my picture will be able to help you kind of feel what I feel when I'm walking around Copenhagen. And yeah, speaking a little bit about gear, my main camera and lens today is the Panasonic Lumix G100 with the 14 to 140 millimeter super zoom lens that work really well for travel photography. As always, I can zoom in and zoom out easily, capture B-rolls with the G100 with the digital stabilization. it works pretty well. But I also bring the GF9 with the Panasonic Leica 9mm f1.7. That really helps to capture beautiful white compositions and also selfies with my wife. Oftentimes there are places where I cannot really back down, I cannot really zoom out or just walk far away enough to capture the whole frame with one photograph, and that's where the 9mm really works. Also, this works great for selfie with my wife. I can just flip up the screen and do something like this. That was really fun and convenient, and we don't really need help from other people to take pictures of ourselves, and that was just really nice. So yeah, I'm quite happy with my gear selection for today's little adventure. But anyway, things that I can improve, I'm not quite sure. I'd love to use little prime lenses for today to, just add a little bit of background blur, especially for portraits of my wife. But again, travel photography isn't about getting the best picture, it's about the best compromise, flexibility, being able to stay in the moment and be convenient. So yeah, even though I'm just using super zoom lenses for portrait of my wife, I think it is still more than good enough. I missed the background blur a little bit, but at least I got the shot and I can provide some context. Furthermore, if I'm using large aperture lenses, f1.8 primes, sometimes the background blur will be too much and you cannot recognize where I am. I still want to show that I'm in Copenhagen, so not too much background blur. I think that's my justification. But anyway, enough about today's adventure. Hopefully this little vlog can help to explain a little bit of my situation here and share to you, so hopefully you can also enjoy my little trip today. Please stay tuned on my channel, because after this we will still visit a little bit more of Copenhagen, but then after that we will visit Iceland, and that will be very interesting. Make sure you are subscribed. But that's it for today's video. I hope that this has been interesting, entertaining, and fun to watch. And yeah, if you want to support my channel, please consider liking this video, sharing this video. And if you want to support my work even further, there are some things that you can do. First of all, you can join my Patreon or YouTube membership for some exclusive contents, especially contents that I recorded in this particular trip in Copenhagen, in Iceland, and in Finland. There will be specific contents that I won't release for the public to watch, but only for members. And that will be things related more to tutorials and also photography, vlogs, things like that. Hopefully that will be interesting. I will also release another travel photography course in the format of video in both Patreon and YouTube membership. And also you can purchase my travel ebook course called Simplifying Travel Photography. I shared all of my experience and knowledge about travel photography in that book so that you can improve your travel photography skill. But anyway, enough about that. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.